Hello everyone, I'm Sean, alright, and this is Everyday Food Reviews. Today, we've got Little Moon's Mochi Ice Cream. Now, I'd heard about these online. I think they were popular a couple of months ago, but I was doing a bit of a shop on Amazon last night, and picking up a few things for the Amazon Fresh, they call it now. It used to be Prime now, but it's Amazon Fresh delivery. And they had these for £4.50, and I thought, are those the things everyone was on about a couple of months ago? I went on YouTube, and yeah, they are. So they had a few different flavours. I'm looking at it now. It says Little Moon's Mochi Ice Cream. Now, I thought that these were vegan, so I thought, oh, it's quite bold of them to put ice cream on there. But looking at the ingredients of this one, the main ingredient is fresh milk, so these ones aren't vegan. So I wonder if just certain flavours are vegan. This one's the honey roasted pistachio flavour. Now, if you don't know what mochi is, then we've got something in common, which is nice. It's good to start from a place of commonality. So, we've got a bit of a blurb on the back about a family bakery passion from around the world. They wanted to bring the ethos of passion to ice cream. So, they've wrapped ice cream in a soft mochi dough. So, it seems as though mochi is the rice dough that the ice cream is wrapped in. I've had mochi from Yo Sushi. They do a little chocolate one, and it's like dough filled with some sort of chocolate. So I think mochi is specifically the dough that's around it rather than the filling, it seems, which is interesting. So these have come straight out the freezer. We need to wait for a few minutes for them to defrost a little bit, which it's funny because usually I end up talking for 5 or 10 minutes before we review anything anyway, but like knowing that we need to wait for these, I feel like I'm struggling with things to say. It says it's a bit of a humble brag on the side of the box. It says, oh, we need to leave these for 5 minutes because these are denser and better flavoured than other ice creams, so you need to let them soften a bit because they're not full of air like the other ice creams, but that'll make them taste better. And that's a bit reassuring because I've spent £4.50 on 6 little balls, so I would hope that they're not full of air. You know, we're looking at 192 grams. Tub of Ben & Jerry's, full price. And you never pay full price, you get it half price. Get it for £2.50. Tub of Ben & Jerry's is £4.50 or a fiver. And that's 500ml. It ends up being about 450 grams. So you can get that for the same price if it's regular price, or half the price when it's on offer, and it's always on offer somewhere. And you get over twice as much. And bear in mind as well, out of this 192 grams, a lot of the weight of that is going to be the dough rather than the ice cream. So you're probably getting like 3 or 4 times as much ice cream, and you're just not getting the dough. I imagine the ice cream is going to be the highlight here, and the dough is just going to be more of an ice cream delivery vessel more than anything else. So, yeah, in terms of value, I'm not holding out much hope. That's why I thought they looked interesting, and I thought I'd like to try them, but I thought I'm going to do a video on them because I think that, I was going to say I think that might be something people like to see, but then again, I think everyone and his dog did a video on these about 2 months ago, so maybe not. Maybe there is little value to this, and I'm just trying to justify spending £4.50 on 6 little balls. So are they soft enough yet? Doesn't feel too soft. So looking at them, they are not as smooth and aesthetic as they are on the pack there. That's the first thing I notice. I've got quite sensitive front teeth, so I might have to let these soften a bit more. Cheers. You know what's really nice? It's sticking to my fingers a bit. Maybe should have used a fork or something. The dough's soft and chewy. I think there's some people who are not going to get on with the texture of that dough. I think they're going to find it sticky. You know, like when you eat peanut butter from a spoon and it kind of sticks to the roof of your mouth. I think some people are going to find that with this dough. Personally, I quite like it though. Sorry if I'm eating like a weirdo, like I say, it's my teeth are... My front teeth are sensitive, so I can't bite into it quite like a normal person. I don't know why, after 18 months I'm suddenly conscious of looking like a weirdo. It's never bothered me so far. There we go. You can see it's sticking to me there. But yeah, I think it's quite nice. The ice cream itself is really nice. It's really creamy. There's a lot of flavour of honey and the pistachio in there, and there's little pieces of pistachio. 71 calories each. That might be a reason to get it over Ben and Jerry's at the same price if you are worried about calories more than anything. And it's easier to share as well if you're only, you know, I'll be honest. Look at the size of me. It probably won't come as a surprise. But if I open a tub of Ben and Jerry's, I throw the lid away, sort of thing. If you know what I mean. But these are kind of pre-portioned, and it's a lot easier to moderate and control that portion. So in that regard, that's a big plus over any ice cream that comes in a tub. But in terms of raw value, it's pretty difficult. I mean, it's gluten free, but isn't most ice cream gluten free? Because most ice cream doesn't come with dough. I suppose cookie dough will do, and the brownie one. In fact, thinking about it, a lot of the Ben and Jerry's ones might actually not be gluten free. I'd need to check that. The ratio on the box of dough to ice cream seems pretty accurate. Colour of the ice cream is a bit off, and the roundness of the dough is a bit off. But the ratios, I think it's an accurate representation in that regard. It's just aesthetically, it's a little bit off. But no, I really enjoy these. Would I pick them up again for myself? Probably not at the price. If I saw them for £3 or less in Tesco, I'd probably pick up a couple. £2, I'd probably pick up a couple more. £4.50. If I can convince John to go halves on the other flavours, and we'd do another video on them, I'd pick them up again at £4.50. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't. But yeah, they're all right. It's one thing I notice about ice cream, it is very cold. It can be very cold. Obviously, the thicker it is, the more that coldness sort of lingers. Yeah, it's nice. I've ran out of things to say, I think. Which doesn't always happen. But there it is. Thanks yeah, check them out if you're interested. I wouldn't say rush out and buy them for 4.50, but if you see them any cheaper, or if you're like counting calories, and they will be pretty good for portion control, I think. So, and it's definitely going to be a nice treat. So yeah, on that note, thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Cheers.